The hospital doors slid open and a little girl collapsed on the cold floor. People froze, nurses shouted, doctors rushed. But one man ran faster than everyone else. He was a single dad named Daniel, holding his son's hand, there for a routine checkup he could barely afford. Daniel dropped to his knees beside the girl. She was thin, pale, and trembling. Her clothes were worn, her shoes torn. She whispered something, but her lips barely moved. Daniel didn't think. He scooped her into his arms and yelled for help like she was his own child. Staff rushed her inside, but when they asked for her guardian, no one answered. Daniel stayed. He sat outside the emergency room, heart pounding, son asleep on his shoulder. He didn't know her name. He didn't know her story. He just knew he couldn't leave. Hours passed. A doctor finally came out. "She needs immediate surgery," he said softly. "Severe internal bleeding. No insurance on file." The words hit Daniel like a punch. He looked at the floor, then at his son, then back at the doctor. "How much?" Daniel asked. The number was impossible. More money than he had ever seen. The doctor sighed. "We'll do what we can," he said, already turning away. Daniel stood up. "Put it on my name," he said quietly. The nurse looked shocked. "Sir, are you family?" Daniel swallowed. "Not by blood," he said. "But please don't let her die alone." He signed papers with shaking hands, knowing this could ruin him. But he didn't hesitate. Inside the operating room, doctors fought for the girl's life. Outside, Daniel sat silently, replaying memories of his late wife, of promises made to always help children in need. He had failed many times before. Tonight, he refused to fail again. When the surgery ended, the doctor smiled faintly. "She made it," he said. Daniel's knees nearly gave out. He cried quietly, hiding his face so his son wouldn't see. He didn't know why he cared so much. He just did. Days passed. Daniel visited every evening after work. The girl finally woke up. Her name was Lily. She spoke little, eyes always scanning the room like she expected to be taken away. Daniel brought her soup, books, and silly jokes his son loved. One night, Lily asked, "Are you my dad?" Daniel froze. He smiled gently. "I'm just someone who cares," he said. She nodded, like that was enough. But inside, something in Daniel broke and healed at the same time. A week later, a man in an expensive suit arrived at the hospital. Security followed him. Doctors whispered. He asked for Lily. Daniel stood up instinctively, protective. The man looked at him with red, tired eyes. "I'm her father," he said. The truth came out slowly. The man was a powerful businessman who had lost custody after a bitter divorce. Lily had run away from an abusive caretaker, collapsing from untreated injuries. He had been searching for her for days. Then came the moment that broke everyone. The man turned to Daniel and bowed his head. "You saved my daughter," he said. "I didn't." His voice cracked. "He offered to pay everything plus more." Daniel shook his head. "Just take care of her," he said. The man insisted. "Your debt is already cleared," he said softly. The hospital bill was never charged. Daniel stared, confused. The doctor explained. The man owned the hospital. He had ordered everything covered the moment he heard the story. Tears filled Daniel's eyes. He felt small, embarrassed. "I didn't do it for money," he said. The man nodded. "That's why it matters," he replied. "People like you are rare." Lily ran to Daniel and hugged him tightly. "Don't go!" she cried. Daniel hugged her back, heart aching. "I'll visit," he promised. The man watched silently, understanding something money could never buy. Months later, Daniel received a letter, a new job, better pay, flexible hours, no explanation. Just a note, for the man who didn't walk away. Daniel smiled, knowing exactly who it was from. Sometimes heroes don't wear uniforms. Sometimes they're just single dads holding a child they've never met, choosing kindness when the world tells them not to. And sometimes that choice changes everything.